Do you think the Bills could somehow pull out this upset against the Kansas City Chiefs?
No. I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. They've been having a little bit of spotty results here recently. They lost last week. They don't want to lose 2 in a row. So I do think the Chiefs are going to find a way to win. They're playing at home, and they don't generally lose 2 in a row. So I think playing at home and getting back on a winning streak, I think the Chiefs are going to find a way to win. Although I will say, I think they have weakness, and it's in their wide receivers, and that's been a problem for them this year. A lot of drops, and it's something they're going to need to address next year for sure. And it may be the issue that prevents them from getting too deep in the playoffs this year.
Oh, okay, so that's interesting. I will say this about the Mahomes and Allen matchup, especially at Arrowhead. Let's take a look at the numbers of the quarterbacks in this matchup. So Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. In Arrowhead, including the playoffs, Josh Allen, by the way, 2-2 record. I think that's I think Josh Allen's the only quarterback, or the Bills are the only team to have multiple wins against Mahomes at Arrowhead, which is interesting. But look at just the comparison. The completion percentage, Mahomes hasn't beat by a long shot. Passing yards, very, very close. Passer rating, Josh Allen beats him. Touchdown to interception ratio, 12-1 for Josh Allen, 7-5 for Patrick Mahomes. And then the team points per game is basically the same. So the Bills have had some success against the Chiefs at Arrowhead, which is surprising. So all I'm saying is, I like the Bills in this game. I really like the Bills in this game. Because this team is...
That up one more time?
Sure. What's up?
No, you can go ahead. I'll make my point afterwards.
Sure. So, when you take a look at the Bills right now, they had that crazy report about their head coach, Sean McDermott, and the surprising things he said, in the locker rooms, and how reportedly he has no sort of relationship with Josh Allen. He's a blame game type of a guy. He's a narcissist. He's a lot of these things. So this game could go in a couple ways. I'm going to take it in a motivational way. They're going to take a look at this report, and they're going to take a look at their season at face value and say, now that this is out about our head coach, they already lost their DC. He left before the season started. They fired their OC, brought in the quarterback coach, Joe Brady, to be the new OC. They had some success with the offense. I have a lot of confidence that this Bills team, and we saw the numbers, the Bills have had success in the regular season against the Chiefs and even in the playoffs, just at Arrowhead, away against Mahomes, in Mahomes' own home turf. I think Josh Allen and this team is going to be desperate because they are this close to being basically eliminated from the playoffs. I think they're going to be motivated in this game. I think they're going to bear down, and the defense is going to step up. And that Chiefs defense, which I've been raving about, they're number 4 in total defense. If you take a look at some of their PFF grades for the year, their defensive grade is all the way down to 25th. What about their running defense? That's all the way down to 28th. What about their pass rush with Chris Jones and that ferocious pass rush? Yeah, by the way, they're not that good. They're really not that good. They are 19th. What about the overall coverage? They have a very, very young secondary. They're 22nd. So yes, while the numbers may say that they're a pretty good defense, if we look at the grades that they have of their players so far, it tells us sort of a different story. For me, I think think about what the Bills did to the Eagles, right? They were this close. They were one miscommunication away from beating the Eagles. Once again, ball went right, Gabe Davis went left. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying the Bills of Josh Allen, he'll perform well. This team is desperate. They are playing for their playoff hopes, their playoff lives. I think they get it done, maintain the playoff repertoire, put themselves back in the conversation for a deep playoff run and potentially making it to the Super Bowl. I got the Bills winning. My score, I'm saying 31-28. Josh Allen gets it done. What are you going to say about...
Yeah, you might be right. Put the stats back up there again. There's one stat there that sticks out to me.
Yeah.
12 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah.
And they're playing in Arrowhead. That's not Josh Allen this year. This year, I think he leads the league in interceptions, doesn't he? He's right up there. Near the top of the league in interceptions. I bet you he throws a couple picks in this game. and that will be the difference. I think he'll throw at least a pick. I'm pretty sure he gets this year for whatever reason. He gets all hyped up out there, and he loses it. He starts running, And one thing that was a criticism from Sean McDermott in that article is that Josh Allen needs to change his style a little bit, or he won't be around much for the long haul, right? Because he takes the hits. He runs the ball like he's a halfback, and he should remember he's a quarterback, not a running back. And one of these days, he keeps that up, he's going to get knocked out of the game. And I just think whatever reason this season he loses his cool out there, and he makes mistakes, and they compound on one another. He's had games where he's had 3 interceptions. He's had games where he fumbles the ball multiple times. He has games when he's in the red zone and he can't get it done. So I think that it's a different Josh Allen this year, and I do think it has something to do with the team chemistry, which the Sean McDermott is poison to, is what that article said. And I don't know how much of that is true, but if it is, then this Bills team, I think, is in trouble.
I'll say this. Yes, even though we've seen different Josh Allens, and last year he led the league in red zone interceptions, we have to realize that, yes, while that 12-1 is different to what Josh Allen's been playing, that 12-1 exists when Josh Allen has been leading the league in interceptions since 2018. He has the most since 2018. So that just shows maybe he steps it up a little bit. He hones down his craft. That's 3 touchdowns a game. 4 games, 12 touchdowns. So the guy's scoring, not turning the ball over very much, really not at all.
In Arrowhead.
In Arrowhead. And besides, Mahomes, look at the number of Mahomes, 7-5. That's not good. That's not good. And especially, I guarantee you that number will that second number, the 5, will increase because his receivers aren't Tyreek Hill. They are Sky Moore and Marquez Valdes-Scantling. You don't have Tyreek Hill to throw 75-yard touchdowns to. So they need to play more conservative. I think the Bills, because of the fact, and here's the big one, here's the big kicker that I didn't even put in my prediction. Isaiah Pacheco's out for this game. He's injured.
I didn't know that.
He got kicked out of last game at the very, very end, and now he's going to be out of this game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be the starting running back in this game.
It's not that bad.
So what does that mean? That means they're probably going to triple Travis Kelce because their running threat and Isaiah Pacheco, who made some massive runs, especially last season in the playoffs, he's out for this game. And Helaire, I guarantee you, Helaire is not
bad.
He's not bad, but he's not that threat. He's not Pacheco. He's not someone who you got a game plan for. They're going to triple, double Kelce all game. They're going to man up Kelce, and here's where Mahomes is the best at. It's crazy when you think 3rd and 20. Mahomes can run 18 of those yards down. That's the scary thing about him. He runs when you wish he didn't, or it makes no sense to. The 3rd and 20, the 2nd and 25. He'll take off for 17, 18 of those yards and try to minimize what they do, and then they do some sort of quarterback sneak or quick pass or whatever freaky tight end wildcat they decide to do for those 2 or 3 yards that they have to go if it's on 4th down. So I think the Bills are going to. I'm not saying they dominate because I've been winning for 3 points, 31-28. Maybe it's more. I'll also say there's another thing. We saw one game in recent memory where the Chiefs had a good second half. They scored 13 points in the second half of the last game.
They haven't scored hardly anything in the second half the last 4 or 5 games.
They've been struggling a lot outside of that Raider game, but in my argument, it's the Raiders. They've had the 30th ranked secondary for a few years now, and their secondary isn't very good this year. Marcus Peters, who used to be a pretty good defensive back, he's not really that good anymore, and they released him because of it. So, for me, I'm going to trust Josh Allen for once in my life. I'm going to say he comes up big, and I'm saying that report shines a light very brightly on the fact that this is a desperate Bills team who historically the head coach has not had trust in his quarterback and plays the blame game way too much and is apparently called apparently described as a narcissist.
Yeah. He's gone if they miss the playoffs.
I would say he's probably coaching for his job. If they're eliminated from the playoffs, I would assume that he may be fired.
If he's fired, who do you think they would try to get?
I think they're probably going to look at other Kellen Moore, although the Chargers' offense isn't that great. But I think a lot of teams are going to focus on Ben Johnson. Hell, they may even bring in Eric Bieniemy because Sam Howell, he was leading the league in passing yards for a very, very long time. C.J. Stroud took him over.
Another reason why the Patriots should not fire Bill Belichick. The Bills would pick him up in a second.
Well, I think Brandon Staley's gone, so I think the Chargers would go.
The Chargers would try to get him too.
But that's me.
A lot of teams would.
I think so, and
Commanders
probably, maybe. But I want to know who do you have winning this game, and what is your score?
I have the Chiefs winning the game. And
do you have a particular score for the game?
I hadn't thought much about the score. I had the Chiefs. Let's see, I have the Chiefs covering. It's only 1.5 point spread. I do think it will be a pretty high-scoring game because I don't think the Bills' defense is that great this year either. Where is Von Miller? He didn't even play last week, right?
Yeah.
Is he hurt again?
Arrested.
He was arrested. I didn't know that. Is he bailed out so he can play this game?
I'm not sure where he is now.
Well, what happened to why was he arrested?
Supposedly, he turned himself in, but stuff's coming out now. I think it's assault on his pregnant girlfriend or wife or something. That's like nice. That. So yeah, he's dealing with some legal issues.
Jay,
$120 million for 6 years. They're paying him.
I know. Well, that's bizarre. Okay, well, I think the score will be relatively high scoring because I don't think either defense. It looks like the Chiefs' defense is kind of fading a little bit, as you pointed out some of those stats. So you said 31-28.
Bills win.
I think it will be 34-31.
Chiefs win?
Yeah.
There we go. This is going to be a good game.
I think so.
It's going to be a phenomenal game.
And I wonder the weather. It could be pretty cold, I would think.
I don't know if we can. I'm not going to get the weather quickly, but yeah, my presumption
maybe
is
snow.
December, Arrowhead, Kansas City.
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Snow may be one of the options. I haven't looked at the weather report though, so we'll have to wait and see. This is not one of my picks, by the way. I was gonna pick it. It was going to be part of my Harvey Hot Hand, but I said this game, Josh Allen is too unpredictable, so I decided not to bet it. Although we do have a big game that I am picking from our Harvey Hot Hand, which I'll talk about obviously later on in the show. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, if you want to check out the full episode, make sure you click the I in the top right-hand corner right now. If you want to listen to this show anywhere you go, make sure you go to anchor.fm/The Harvey Hour or anywhere you get your podcasts.